Ni hao. In this Chinese lesson, our topic is how to use ba in Mandarin Chinese. This is a grammar point you must know as a Chinese learner because native Chinese use it every day. I'm going to answer 4 questions. Question number 1. What is a ba sentence? Is it just a sentence with ba in it? Question number 2. How to make ba sentences? I'm going to teach you how to do that in detail. Question number 3. When do you need a ba sentence? I'm going to teach you from an English speaker's perspective. Question number 4. Why do we use ba sentences? That's an interesting question to answer. Again, I'm going to let you know not only about what, but also about how, when, and why in Chinese learning. Let's get into it. Question number 1. What is a ba sentence? Is it just a sentence with a ba in it? The answer is not really, because take a look at these 2 sentences. 我有一把伞. I have an umbrella. 他有一把刀. He has a knife. We have ba in these 2 sentences, but they are not ba sentences. Then, what is a ba sentence? The basic pattern in Chinese language is subject plus verb plus object. For example, 我吃了蛋糕. I ate the cake. What is a ba sentence? It is like this. 我把蛋糕吃了. A possible literal translation can be I took the cake and ate. I need to clarify something here. We don't really have an equivalent in English to ba, but we can roughly translate it into take in English sometimes. Sometimes. I'm going to share with you another translation, my hypothetical translation of ba in this video. And you may say, I see, it's easy. We just need to put ba in between the subject and the object and put the verb in the end of the sentence. Does it work all the time? For example, 我吃蛋糕. I eat cakes. Can we make it into ba sentence like this? 我把蛋糕吃. I take cakes and eat. I'm sorry to let you know, it's wrong. Then, what's the problem? What is a ba sentence? Let's take a closer look at the first example. 我把蛋糕吃了. A better literal translation for that sentence can be I took the cake and ate it up. It means I ate up the cake. The basic pattern for ba sentence is subject plus ba plus object plus verb plus result. The la here is the result, not for past tense. You may ask, how do you know that? I'm going to show you another example. It's an imperative sentence. Eat up the cake. 把蛋糕吃了. Take the cake and eat it up. See, we also have the la here. It is an imperative sentence. It is not in the past. Now you can see clearly. La here is not for past tense. It is the result. The basic pattern for ba sentence is ba plus object plus verb plus result. Let's move on. We have done question number 1. What is a ba sentence? Let's move on to question number 2. How to make ba sentences? Question number 2. How to make ba sentences? I made it into 4 parts. Part 1, basic patterns. Part 2, negations. Part 3, ask and answer questions. Part 4, adverbs and modal verbs. Let's start with part 1, basic patterns. Pattern number 1, subject plus ba plus object plus verb plus result complement. For example, 他把衣服洗干净了. Here, let me share with you my hypothetical translation for ba in this case. It is to get something done. To get something done is another pattern, which is similar to ba construction I found in English. Let's see it. He got the clothes washed clean. It is not perfect English, but it makes sense. 他把衣服洗干净了. Let's see another example. 他把字写错了. He wrote the character wrong. The literal translation can be, he got the character written wrong. 他把字写错了. Pattern number 2 is subject plus ba plus object plus verb plus 在 or 到 plus place. For example, 他把杯子放在桌子上. He put the cup on the table. The literal translation can be he took the cup and put it on the table. 他把杯子放在桌子上. Let's see another sentence with a dot in it. 把杯子放到桌子上. Put the cup onto the table. The literal translation can be take the cup and put it onto the table. As you can see, 到 can be used in an imperative sentence. Let's see another example. 把手机放到口袋里. Put the cell phone into the pocket. The literal translation can be take the cell phone and put it into the pocket. 把手机放到口袋里. Pattern number 3. Subject plus ba plus object plus verb plus direction complement. For example, 把鞋脱下来. Take off the shoes. The literal translation can be get the shoes taken off. 把鞋脱下来. Let's see another example. 把笔捡起来. Pick up the pen. The literal translation can be get the pen picked up. 把笔捡起来. Pattern number 4. Subject plus ba plus object plus verb plus 给 plus somebody. For example, 他把礼物寄给妈妈了. He sent the gift to his mom. Literally, it is he took the gift and sent it to his mom. 他把礼物寄给妈妈了. Another example. 他把钱借给朋友了. He lent the money to his friend. Literally, it is he took the money and lent it to his friend. 他把钱借给朋友了. Pattern number 5. Subject plus ba plus object 1 plus verb plus 成 or 做 plus object 2. For example, 他把土豆切成片了. He cut the potato into slices. Literally, it is he took the potato and cut it into slices. 他把土豆切成片了. For another example, 把这个句子翻译成中文. Translate this sentence into Chinese. Literally, it can be get the sentence translated into Chinese. 把这个句子翻译成中文. For another example with 做. 他把学生当作朋友. He take the student as his friend. 他把学生当作朋友. Those are the 5 basic patterns for ba sentences. Let's move on to another part. Negations. We can negate ba sentences with 没有. You can see 有 is in brackets. You can just negate it with 没. Let's see an example. 他没有把杯子放在桌子上. He didn't put the cup on the table. 他没有把杯子放在桌子上. Or you can just say 他没把杯子放在桌子上. For imperative sentences, you can negate with 别 or 不要. For example, 别把字写错了. Or you can say 不要把字写错了. Don't write the character wrong. Part 3. Ask and answer questions. This is an example for yes or no questions. We can simply put a ma in the end of the sentence to make a yes or no question. 你把蛋糕吃了吗? Did you eat up the cake? Yes, I did. Here in Chinese is 吃了. No, I didn't. Here in Chinese is 没有吃 or 没吃. This is an example for WH questions. 你把杯子放在哪里? Where did you put the cup? The answer can be 我把杯子放在桌子上. I put the cup on the table. Again, I underlined the question word and the answer. You can see the word order doesn't change when you ask and answer WH questions in Chinese. Let's see another example. 你把什么写错了? What did you write wrong? 我把他的名字写错了. I wrote his name wrong. The word order doesn't change. Just quote and replace the question word with the new information. I shared my trick about how to ask and answer WH questions in another video. I put the link in the description below. You can check it out there. Part 4. Adverbs and modal verbs. Let's see ba sentences with adverbs first. 他也把蛋糕吃了. He also ate up the cake. 他可能把杯子放在桌子上. Maybe he put the cup on the table. You can see we put the adverbs before ba in these sentences. Let's see modal verbs in ba sentences. 你可以把蛋糕吃了. You can eat up the cake. 我想把杯子放在桌子上. I'd like to put the cup on the table. The same, we also put modal verbs before ba in these sentences. Just remember, put all the adverbs and modal verbs before ba in a sentence. Okay, we have done question number 1 and question number 2. Let's move on to question number 3. When do you need a ba sentence? I'm going to answer the question from an English speaker's perspective. Question number 3. When do you need a ba sentence? You need a ba sentence when subject changes the state or position of a definite object. How do you understand it? Let me show you an example. He fixed the computer. He is the subject. The computer is a definite object. He fixed the computer means he changes the state of the computer, makes it from being broken to being fixed. Okay, we need a ba sentence in this case. It can be 他把电脑修好了. 他把电脑修好了. Let's see another example. She cut my hair short. She is the subject. My hair is a definite object. She cut my hair short means she changes the state of my hair. So we need a ba sentence here. It is 她把我的头发剪短了. 她把我的头发剪短了. Let's see a common mistake made by lots of my students. A common mistake. I took a taxi to the school. Lots of my students made a ba sentence out of that in this way. 我把出租车坐到学校. But it's a wrong sentence. Why? Because a taxi is not a definite object. This is reason number 1. Reason number 2 is I took a taxi to the school means the taxi took me to the school. It changes the position of me. It is not the subject changes the position of a definite object. So, ba sentence doesn't work here. How can we make it into another sentence and we need to use ba? It can be I drove the taxi to the school. 我把出租车开到学校. Here, the taxi, it is a definite object. I drove the taxi to the school means the subject changes the position of the taxi. So it works here. I hope it's clear for you to see the difference and you know when you need a ba sentence now. Let's move on. We have done question number 1, question number 2, and question number 3. Let's move on to question number 4. Why do we use ba sentences? Question number 4. Why do we use ba sentences? Reason number 1. To emphasize the result of an action. For example, in English, we just say, close the door. But in Chinese, you are going to see 2 different translations for that English sentence. They are 关门 or 把门关上. What's the difference between these 2 sentences? Actually, there's a slight difference between them. My translation for 把门关上 is close the door well. We emphasize the result of the action. We have a 上 here. Why do we use 上? 上 is an interesting character with multiple meanings. I'm going to make another video to talk about it later. Why do we use ba sentences? Reason number 2. We need them to make sentences when subject changes the state or position of a definite object. So we have to use them sometimes. For example, put the cup on the table. If we translate it literally, it is 放杯子在桌子上. But I'm sorry to say, it's a wrong sentence in Chinese. We have to make it with a ba sentence. It is 把杯子放在桌子上. For another example, translate this sentence into Chinese. If we translate it literally, it is 翻译这个句子成中文. But it's also a wrong sentence. We have to make it with a ba sentence. It is 把这个句子翻译成中文. As you can see, in English, we have verb plus object plus result, while in Chinese, we have 把 plus object plus verb plus result. Why? My answer is because verbs in Chinese are less dynamic than that in English and cannot connect the object and the result. So we need a ba sentence to make the Chinese verb in between the object and the result. Why do we use ba sentences? Reason number 3. This is my original and hypothetical answer. The national character of Chinese people are cautious, and we want more time to think to make sure we say important things correct. How do you understand my point? Let me compare how we say the same thing in both English and Chinese, and you can see the difference by yourself. Suppose you have a new picture and you would like someone to put it somewhere for you. And you have two options. One is put the picture on the desk. The other one is hang the picture on the wall. See, in English, you say put and hang first. The verbs are important. Once you have said either of the two verbs, you cannot change it anymore. Means you have less time to think or to hesitate. Then, how do we say the two sentences in Chinese? Sentence 1 is 把照片放在书桌上. Sentence 2 is 把照片挂在墙上. Take a look. At the very beginning, they are the same. 把照片. It means you have more time to think or to hesitate to make sure you say the important thing, the two verbs, correct. It's my hypothetical answer. I cannot guarantee it's 100% correct, but I hope it makes sense to you. It's related to the deep logic and philosophy of Chinese language and culture. You can understand more about Chinese language and culture with my answer. Let me finish the Chinese lesson with a little quiz. Try to translate the two English sentences into Chinese with the ba sentences. Sentence 1, he solved the problem. Sentence 2, she dyed her hair red. You can leave your answer as a comment below. I will find time to correct your answer. Thank you for watching. 再见